Hello, gamers, goblins, and girls, and all three, if you fall into that category. Hope you had a good International Women's Day. Welcome back to Penny, unscripted, uncut, unfiltered. We're not going by a script today, it's just going to be me rambling. And today I want to talk about Running Out of Time, track 5 off the critically acclaimed Tyler, the Creator album, Igor. No, not that song, although it's a good song. It's hardly the best song on Igor, but it's pretty good. I just want to talk about generally running out of time. I talk a lot on this channel about like success and, you know, the coping mechanisms that I've developed to try and work towards success, and, you know, what my ideas of success have been over the nearly 2 years I've done this channel now. And those have changed over time, obviously. But I find myself more and more as I become more successful to certain extents, and I just get a better idea of what I want to be doing with my time, I find it harder to actually do it. And I don't mean that in like an ADHD focused way, as much as I do have ADHD. That's something that I've got a pretty good grasp on. It's more so, I feel like it's so hard to do everything for everyone. I like making YouTube videos, but if I'm honest, I don't want my entire creative journey to be Call of Duty commentaries, because they're very low effort, and, you know, the algorithm doesn't really care about them. I would like to make something that is more fulfilling and also would perform better in the algorithm. And then there is the more personal stuff. Like, I want to be a better daughter. I want to be a better sister. I want to be a better auntie to my nieces. You know, it's hard to always make time for the people that you care about. And there's a guilt that comes with that, because it's like, oh, I truly care about these people. Like, they mean a lot to me. But I'm not making the time for them that I think they deserve. And then I want to perform in my actual real job. And that's a lot of things to balance at once. And I think it's really easy to get stuck in the idea of like, okay, I need to do all of this all at once. I need to check in with my sister. I need to check in with my mum. I need to make sure I do this by this deadline. I need to make sure I'm going to the gym every day. I need to make sure that I'm getting enough sunlight. Like, all these different things that you feel, or I feel, that I have to have in order to balance and maintain things. Sometimes that like treadmill gets extremely exhausting, and I used to feel a lot of guilt around that, and I would guilt trip myself a lot around that, of like, oh, come on, you know, this is what you want to, you know, you want the end result, you've got to go through with this is what you have to do to get there. And while that is partly true, I'm also starting to recognize more that a single day is not that long. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in this... I'll start with the bad, sorry. It's a bad thing in the sense of you can't do everything in a day. In a day, you will neglect something. You will neglect someone, probably, in your life that you could reach out to. Just because you're trying to balance, you know, your own personal time with the obligations that you have and stuff like that. That's going to happen. But the good part about a day not being that long of a time is that it helps fight against that idea of like, oh, if you have one bad day where you're not making like measured improvement, or if you have one bad day where you actively like regress, it's only one day, and you can improve and you can get up back from that quicker if you don't beat yourself up for it. If you live very much in a like, I need to get everything done right now, I'm running out of time, you know, is it enough? The, you know, small mistakes will feel like life or death, because it's like, oh, I'm constantly so high strung. Where if you take a more laid back approach, and it's not easy, I'm not finding it easy. It's easier to forgive yourself for the shortages, the shortcomings that you will have naturally, because you're a person. And by not carrying that guilt and not harboring that guilt against yourself, it's easier to recover. It's easier to get up and move forward, because you're not beating yourself up for it. You're just being like, okay, you know, I slipped back, but, you know, it was one day. I've got one day ahead of me. I don't have to equal it out, but like, as long as I make sure it doesn't, you know, keep happening over and over again, then that's still good. I think to a certain extent, when you're in some mindsets, not regressing is actually like an improvement, which I don't know if that fully makes sense, but for some people I think it might. That's something I've just been thinking a lot. As I said in the last video, I kind of deleted everything and disappeared for a while, and the weird part about it is that my life has felt so much slower, and that's kind of really good. It's so easy to get involved or like stuck in this cycle of like very hectic living of like digestion and stuff like that. And I don't mean this to sound like, you know, what I made fun of in my last video, which is, you know, someone quits Instagram and then all of a sudden they think they're a life guru. I'm not saying that, because, you know, everyone still has problems. I still have problems. Just because I deleted Instagram does not mean I'm perfect all of a sudden. But I just find myself having more moments where I sort of take things in and stuff like that. And I do appreciate that a lot. And I appreciate things a lot more. There is only 24 hours in a day. That's not a very long time. You can't get that much done in a week. You can get a decent amount done in a month, and you can get a lot done in a year. And it's with the learning to slow down that I've learned to, you know, recognize those slips and pick myself back up, because it's much less of a spiral now. It's much more of a like climb. I don't know if this is particularly making sense, but if you got this far, thank you. I'm sorry about my voice. I wanted to do the like feminine voice for this video, but as today has progressed, it's currently 6 o'clock as of recording. But as today has progressed, I've slowly lost my voice, which is really fun. I hope you're enjoying the gameplay in the background. I'll see you at some point in the next week with a video about being transgender. God damn it, they're everywhere. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. My name has been Penny. Call me back. Pull over if you get tired. And bye.